So this is day 3. I wasn't going to do a recap now, but I did want to talk about both the men's and the women's 400-meter dashes that went down. Of course, we have to speak about Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone. Now, she was going for something very, very big here. She had already run 2 400s this year in Paris and in New York City. And here at USA's, she had been cruising through the rounds, 49.7, 49.6. In the final, 48.74 seconds. Just 4 hundredths of a second off the American record by Sonia Richards-Ross from back in 2006 of 48.70. Now, I predicted that she would go sub 49, but I'm going to be completely honest. I actually didn't think she would get this close to the American record. When she crossed the line, she kind of, was satisfied, but she kind of looked like, oh man, like just missed it. Or maybe that's how I felt when sitting in the crowd, everyone was like, oh man. But she really threw down an amazing performance and pretty much left everyone in their dust. This really, made me think back to her world record run in the hurdles last year in Eugene, and also even her Paris race where she went out super, super fast. Now, I don't have the splits on, what this race was or, what her 200-meter time was or anything like that, but just watching, she went out like a complete shot. She was going for something fast. When we spoke to her later on, she said that her goal was just a PB, just to run faster than the 49.5 she ran in New York City. Though she did want to run sub 49, which I think she said she wanted to do in New York. But of course, this is just about qualifying, getting to those world championships. Now, she's still keeping things open. She doesn't know if she's going to run the 400 or the 400 hurdles, right? Who knows what she's going to run? Again, in my opinion, I actually think she's going to go for the 400 this year so she can set up for a double in Paris next year. But who knows what's actually going to happen? This is really changing my perception of what might be possible for her in the 400. Now, do I think that sub 48 is possible? Maybe, but I think she really needs to improve her short speed, maybe get close to sub 22 seconds in the 200, maybe 22 flat or so, to be able to get close to sub 48. I know people talk about world record. The world record is wild, 47.6. Let's relax, right? Think of someone like Marie-Josée Pérec, right? She's managed to run 48.25 seconds back in 1996, and she had a personal best of 21.9 seconds in the 200. Same thing with Shawnee Miller-Weibo. She's run 48.36, and she has a personal best of 21.7 in the 200. One of the few exceptions would be Saweetie Nasser. She's of course run 48.1, but she doesn't have that great of a 200-meter personal best. I think she's only run about 22 seconds. But then of course you do have Kratochvilova as well as Marita Koch, who are very, very strong across all the different events in the 200, 400, and then of course Kratochvilova in the 800 as well. So I'm not sure if Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone is going to be able to get sub 48 this year. It's very possible, but I do think that 48 mid to low is very much in the cards. I mean, 48 mid at this point, she's run 48.7, gets to the World Championship, she's going to run, 48 mid to low, definitely, right? But in addition, I don't think it's going to be a walk in the park in terms of the 400 when we get to the World Championships. Again, Saweetie Nasser is coming off of a 3-year break. She's already running 49 seconds. She's faster than she was in 2019 at the same point in the year, so she might be progressing. Paulino, she's already run 48.9 this year back in LA, right? She beat Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone in Paris, so she is very much, she wants that gold medal. She knows that Shawnee Miller-Weibo is back, but we'll see if she's going to run the 400. She really wants a gold medal after 2 silvers in Tokyo and in Eugene. So I think a lot of women are definitely in this conversation. Let me never forget Rashida Adeleke, who just won the NCAA championship, 49.20 seconds. We're going to see if Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone is able to really go for that gold medal in the 400. Or maybe if she's going to run the 400 hurdles, who knows? But let's talk about who just came behind her. Britton Wilson, she came second place, very, very strong here, 49.79 seconds. She, of course, isn't nearly the athlete that she was at NCAAs. She had to take some time off, had to get some rest to be able to recover from that, really, really tough double that she attempted. But she made the team here, and I think with another full month, she's definitely going to be ready for Budapest and the World Championships. I don't know if she's going to be in medal contention, but if she's fully healthy, then she is definitely in medal contention. It's going to be tough, but we're going to see what she does, once she does actually recover. She said that her shins have still been hurting, but we're going to see if she's able to put something down. Third place, Talitha Diggs. I'm going to be completely honest. I did not predict Talitha Diggs to make this team. Just considering the season that she's been having, of course, it's not like 2022, but listen, she pulled through and she showed up. Third place to just edge out Lena Irby-Jackson, who came up for 4th. And Talitha Diggs got a personal best, 49.93 seconds to get 3rd place. So Talitha Diggs, Britton Wilson, Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone, they're going to be going to the World Championships. I really appreciate that there's now 3 women who are sub 50 seconds. It's tough with the women in the United States as they haven't been as consistent in the sub 50 range, but seeing these 3 women do it is a very, very strong performance. And again, let's not downplay what Lena Irby-Jackson did. 4th place, she got a season's best. It's actually one of her fastest times, I think, since 2018 or so. So she's really been putting down some great performances, and she's going to be on that relay pool when they get to Budapest. Now, on the men's side, you know, it's been spoken about that the USA men have kind of been struggling a little bit when we're talking about the 400. And, you know, for the most part, I guess it's the case, but these results really showed what these guys are capable of. Bryce Deadman. Shout out to all the people who have been saying that Bryce Deadman gets overlooked. I told y'all that Bryce Deadman is one of the guys to look out for and is one of the sleepers. Guess what? He not only made the team here, he pulled out the win. 44.22 seconds to get the win here. A huge personal best for him. He had not even been running early in this season. He only started running in June. He was talking about dealing with injuries, and for him to get the win here over a pretty strong field relatively, this was a big performance. So huge shout out to Bryce Deadman. He's been a mainstay on the relays for the past couple years, right? Since Tokyo and Eugene. So for him to finally get an individual team, he is going to be going for something big. Vernon Norwood. Now, he managed to get second place, 44.39 seconds. I had him as the favorite coming into these championships as he had been having a very consistent season, but this is a big deal as this is his first team that he's made since 2015, since he was coming out of LSU. Now, he's made relay teams, but individual teams, this is the first one for Vernon Norwood. And then, of course, Quincy Hall. I don't think many people had Quincy Hall making the team, considering what he'd been doing the previous years. He was focused on the hurdles. He transitioned into the 400, and he came out here, set a personal best of 44.41 seconds to finally make his first individual team going to the World Championships. Huge shout out to all these guys. Unfortunately, the collegiate guys, Justin Robinson, Ryan Willey, Matthew Bowling, they weren't able to hold up. Shout out to Matthew Bowling, though. He switched over to the 400, and he's making things happen. He's been setting personal bests. He's on the relay pool. So all these guys are going to be in Budapest, you know, running on the relay. Huge shout out to all of them. I do want to say, shout out to Jamaica. We're going to see Sean Bailey. He's definitely one who's lurking and is going to be a problem. Now, he has run 44.4 this year. He did beat out Karani James in LA. There's a long way to go to sub 44 seconds, but I think Sean Bailey is in the mix. I think Bryce Deadman, Vernon Norwood, Quincy Hall, they're all in the mix along with guys like Dream Richards. I don't know what Dream is going to run. He just ran 44.4 seconds, I think, this past weekend, but I don't know if he's going to run the 2 or the 4, but you have Wade Van Niekerk, you have Steven Gardner, you have Samu Konga, you have all these guys who are really in the mix for the 400. And I know there's probably a couple favorites. I might say Wade Van Niekerk is probably the edge on favorite right now. Steven Gardner's in the mix. Karani James is also in the mix, but I think there's a very wide open possibility for anyone to get a medal when we get to the World Championships. So definitely keep a lookout for all these guys and all these ladies as the year progresses and as we get to the World Championships. Shout out to all the 400 meter runners and what they were able to do this weekend and throughout 2023. We're definitely looking forward to it. Let me know what you all thought of the 400. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Be back again next time. Thanks for watching.